Hi, in this video I will be demonstrating the vendor contract creation. In ePMX, there is a feature with which we can create unique records for each vendor contract that you wish to manage and store. As these contracts or records contain standard and unique information for each individual contract. To create vendor contract, we go to master file, contract file, and we landed on this screen wherein a contract code is auto-populated based on a sequential number. If not, we can put it of something of our own, which can be alphanumeric and up to of 20 character length. We click add over here. As soon as we click add, the three tabs gets enabled. The first tab, contracts, on which the very first selection is the vendor. So I'm going to select my supplier. I can give a name. So I'm going to give it ePMX contract, a contract number. So I'm going to use some generic numbers. And I'm going to keep the contract status as active. Then I can assign the start and expiration date. So I'm going to use, let's say, the first of the month and ending on 22. Over here, I have an option. It's a free-form text field, contract user fields. If I need to specify something, these fields can be renamed as required. And then again, I have a free text field, which is contract notes. If any information I like to specify, which is related with this contract. And then last, we have an option to attach the legal contract or an agreement. So I'm going to choose from my desktop. I have one sample contract readily available. I can make, I can make it more descriptive, or I want to make any changes on the description of the attachment. I can do that. And then I can click on add agreement. As soon as I click on add agreement, it takes a few seconds, and then the record gets added at the bottom here. And I can make more attachments similarly using the options. I can delete, I can edit. When I click edit, it would allow me to rename rename the description of the attachment, and then option to view. So having said that, it is going to make an online repository where I can access my agreement copy anytime without having to get into any paper prints. So on the left hand side, I have all these fields filled up. Wherever I have a red asterisk sign, it is mandatory information. At the right hand side, I have fields like discount threshold, where I can define the threshold for a discount to be applicable. It's either or screen. So if I can use discount threshold, or I can use fixed discount contracted. So fixed discount is something, if I say 100, so this amount would be applicable on the PO as a discounted amount. Or I can use the percentage, so 10%. So every time I create a PO with this supplier and keeping this contract code tagged on the PO, this percent of discount would be levied. Then we have two fields, discount earned and percent saved. So these are the view fields. These are grayed out, you can't edit them. As you create transactions based on the transaction trend, the information will be available to see that how much discount you have earned and what is the percentile value of it. Then I have a field to define my expiration alert days. So if, as I mentioned here, the expiration date is 31st July 2022. So 30 days before the date, I should be notified about the expiration. Then I have an option to choose the owner. So I'm going to set myself as the owner for this contract. I have an option to define the contract buyer as well. So I can decide to choose multiple by using the control button from my keyboard. Do note, it will be the owner who would be getting notifications about the contract usage and its expiration. Once I'm done adding all the information here, I have a next tab that called attachment. Any other attachment other than the contract or agreement copy or something that can be again attached to this tab. Similarly, I can use the select a file option and choose and pick up file from my desktop. Lastly, I have a view only screen called linked POs. So as I go ahead, once the contract is available and I create POs tagging that contract, all those POs would be listed so I can refer them at any point. Now, once I'm done with all the setup, I have an option to click save directly, or in case I think I need to recollect more information, so I can simply save it as a draft, come back later, open the same contract and finalize it. Right now, I'm going to simply click save. And with that, my contract is created. So that's the process of contract creation. Now, where do we tag on purchase order? On the standard PO, when we are submitting our purchase order, we have a field right over here available. The only condition will be it populates the information basis on the supplier selected. So if I'm selecting the very same supplier for which I've created the contract, it will show up right over here. If I don't select the code, the contract code here, then all the setup that I've done will not be tagged. This purchase order will not be tagged to that contract. So that was the creation part of the contract. Then in the contracts, I do get option to run a report. I have an option here to customize and choosing the contract or running the contract report based on multiple filters. I can run it based on a vendor or maybe on expiration date. I get an option to click run, which will give me a PDF view. And by clicking on CSV, give me an Excel file preview. So that's all in this video. I hope this video was helpful for you to know an ePMX feature, which is catalog contracts. You may feel free to share your feedback, and if you have any questions, you can write back on customer success@bellwethercorp.com. Thank you.